Welcome back to the E-commerce Flight, your podcast that celebrates small businesses that impact our world, proudly presenting to you in collaboration with Amazon. So in our last episode, we spoke to Pooja, an individual dedicated to working tirelessly towards preserving Indian traditions and culture through creating interactive kits for children. We just celebrated International Women's Day, so it's only fitting to actually celebrate more of innovation and creativity coming from women. I say make it a month of women empowerment. I am Supriya with you, and today we are delighted to introduce you to a dynamic entrepreneur. Yes, of course, and we get to learn a lot about Hughes Studio today that embodies the essence of women-driven craftsmanship. This is going to be very exciting as this brand holds a very keen focus on blending style and functionality. Hughes Studio stands as a testament to creativity, and I'm quite excited to know more about it with Purvi right here. Welcome to the show, Purvi. How are you?
Thank you so much, Supriya. I'm good. What about you?
Great. Purvi, I really want to know more about you, about your brand. Tell us something about it.
So I am Purvi. I have done leather designing from Delhi. So during my graduation, I used to visit a lot of tanneries. वहाँ जाके लगता था कि there is always this luxury leather segment on which I can actually capitalize. But दिल नहीं मानता था. You always want to do something more sustainable for the environment.
Sure.
So that was part one. And then after my graduation, when I entered, when I actually entered the job field basically, and I went to some export units, वहाँ जाके देखा कि सब कुछ मशीन से बनता था. ठीक है. सो तब ना वो कारीगर्स याद आए जो कॉलेज में हमें मिलते थे हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स के टाइम पे. वो बोलते थे बेटा आज तो आप हमारे पास आए हो, सब कुछ सीख जाओगे और फिर ना बहुत बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज में चले जाओगे, फिर कोई ना हमें पीछे मुड़ के देखता भी नहीं है एंड हमारे लिए कोई कुछ नहीं करता. सो दैट इज एग्जैक्टली हाउ ह्यूज वाज बॉर्न. And I actually began my company with the same set of karigars जो मुझे कॉलेज में मिले थे. So yeah, we began with 3 karigars and eventually there are 10 karigars now with us. And at Hughes we try to combine utility with fashion. We try that women do not have to compromise on either of it, and we try to provide affordable products at affordable products too. So yeah, this is exactly what we do at Hughes.
So before we dive more into what Hughes Studio is about, जिन कारीगरों की आपने बात की है, of course this is like a problem that exists out there with machinery in more use in different brands, sustainable, non-sustainable, whatever you say. Somehow we see the whole involvement of karigars in this sort of a business area really depleting slowly. आपने अपने लिए एक छोटी सी community बना ली है that is now a part of your family, your brand's
family. It is actually my family now. अब मेरी family बाद में मतलब मेरी family है, अब कारीगर्स मेरी family पहले हैं.
तो आप अपने college days के बाद भी उन्हें नहीं भूले. What's the kind of reaction you get from them today as you associate them as family?
So I would like to highlight the COVID days basically in this, क्योंकि COVID के टाइम पे कोई भी हम यहाँ पर easily रह के काम नहीं कर पा रहा था. So they went back home because सबको उस टाइम पे अपनी families के पास रहना था and यहाँ पे situation ही basically ऐसी नहीं थी कि कोई काम कैसे करता, right? But as soon as COVID got over, मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि भाई ह्यूज वापस चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा क्योंकि कारीगर्स ही नहीं है. But उनका खुद ही कॉल आया कि मैम फिर से शुरू करना है. मैंने बोला हाँ जी, अगर आप अवेलेबल हो तो क्यों नहीं. And we actually began with the journey again. So I think कि हाँ मतलब उनका रिएक्शन उस चीज़ से समझ आता है that they are as much dedicated to do this as I am. And ये मेरी ड्रीम से पहले ये उनकी ड्रीम है. So yeah, we all are working towards it.
That's wonderful actually. That's truly creating your own community, your own family, and then giving back as well in some way. That's amazing. I think now is a good moment to actually jump into it finally. Tell us about Hughes Studio and how it was born.
So at Hughes we believe that women express themselves through fashion. And that is exactly where we try to step in. हम सब अपने बैग में अपनी एक छोटी सी दुनिया लेके चलते हैं. Okay, so what you may carry in your bag is very different from what I may actually want to carry in my bag.
Yes.
कुछ लोग गणपति बप्पा की मूर्ति लेके चलेंगे, कुछ गुरु जी की फोटो लेके चलेंगे. Some people will actually carry photos of an old friend. किसी के लिए motivation quotes important है. So it is very important for us कि bags are very personal, right? So we have to create a safe space for all of us कि हम अपनी पूरी दुनिया उसमें basically carry कर पाएं.
True.
So that is one of the ideas. And when we actually go out to buy clothes, तो क्लोथ्स में बहुत सारे साइजेस आपको अवेलेबल होते हैं, स्मॉल, मीडियम, लार्ज, एक्सेल, राइट? योर बॉडी डज नॉट बेसिकली हैव टू अडेप्ट टू अ स्मॉलर साइज. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू बैग, ऐसे ऑप्शंस आपके पास अवेलेबल नहीं होते हैं. सो एट ह्यूज स्टूडियो वी डू ट्राई कि हम एक ही डिज़ाइन का, मतलब जो आपको पसंद आए उसमें हम आपको मल्टीपल साइज एक्चुअली ऑफर करें. सो इफ यू वांट लाइक बेसिकली आपकी नीड के अकॉर्डिंगली वी हैव अ साइज फॉर दैट. एंड देयर आर पीपल हु एक्चुअली कम अप टू एंड से कि आपका हमारा जो लार्ज वाला साइज है इट्स एज गुड एज लाइक अ डोरेमोन्स पॉकेट, उसमें भरते जाओ भरते जाओ भरते जाओ. तो जो ह्यूमन मेंटालिटी है ना कि कभी कभी वो जो ठूसने से जो सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलती है ना बैग में,
टेल मी अबाउट इट,
वो भी बेसिकली प्रोवाइड करते हैं.
The frustration a small bag can get you if you're not used to it, right? Again, depends on where are you traveling more. For a person like me, जो अपनी पूरी दुनिया अपने बैग में लेके चलती है, I think the words you've said is so they're so apt and they're so true. Ki, I totally get it. So tell me, when did this start? When did you initiate the idea of Hughes?
It all got initiated with NIFT only because I got the idea from there. But it all boosted up when we actually began doing name personalization. So Supriya, before you were an RJ, you were only Supriya, right?
Yeah.
And after, like now, if I basically have to give you a bag, I would rather say that it should have your entire name, right?
Wow.
That's RJ Supriya. So we encourage women to basically,
That's beautiful. That's actually so beautiful.
Thank you. So we do try to encourage women to basically, own their story.
Yeah.
And because we all have our own successes, our own failures, and it is important to own them and put it out there कि यार कोई बात नहीं, but हमने बहुत कुछ achieve करा है. So that every time you actually look at this bag, आप और ज़्यादा motivated हो जाओ कि यार जो मैं करती हूँ ना, मैं इसको और अच्छे से करना चाहती हूँ.
Wow.
So we try to encourage that in women. And लोग हर टाइप के पर्सनलाइजेशन कराते हैं, कोई परफेक्शनिस्ट करवाता है, कोई अनस्टॉपेबल करवाता है. So I think that is the main idea behind Hughes right now. Like the name personalization factor that actually encourages people and motivates them each and every day.
Wow, that's amazing. Guys, I have a Hughes Studio bag now with my own personalized name on it. So yeah, every time I look at it, and it's so funny, I was actually thinking and struggling with my current bag, which just doesn't seem big enough, and I carry a laptop, and this is just so apt. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much. I hope that you like it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. From the stories that now I've heard of Hughes Studio, it just gets me more excited to actually go and check out more products. Especially after the personalized bag you've given me, Purvi, you've absolutely made my day, and this just makes me more curious. I need to know that it cannot be a cakewalk, to be establishing something like Hughes Studio that you have. So how was, your family's involvement in being there for you and motivating you? What kind of role did they play in supporting you?
So we are two sisters. My family has always been very supportive. ठीक है, कभी ऐसे नहीं लगा कि कि लड़कों को ज़्यादा वो मिलता है और हमें बेसिकली वो सब चीज़ें नहीं मिली हैं. But relatives, right? So
the word.
Yeah, the word. So when I was in 10th, science लेनी थी. People said कि नहीं कर पाओगे. Relatives said कि बेटा नहीं कर पाओगे. But I did it. And then NIFT करना था. People said कि नहीं कर पाओगे. But then I again did it.
Who are these people?
जब ह्यूज करना था, जब अपनी कंपनी स्टार्ट करनी थी, पीपल सेड बेटा कुछ ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल कर लो, जो ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल हो और जो एक सेंस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी आपको देता हो, जॉब कर लो, इजी रहेगा. बट नहीं, मैंने बोला नहीं, आई हैव माई ओन ड्रीम्स एंड आई वुड रादर वांट टू अचीव देम. सो मैंने करा, एंड अब जब हो गया तो अब सबके मुंह बंद हो गए अल्टीमेटली, राइट? एंड आई फील दैट विद टाइम आपकी सिर्फ अपनी फैमिली आपकी फैमिली नहीं रह जाती है, एंड आप जिन लोगों से मिलते हो, जिनके साथ आप इंटरेक्शन करते हो, रोज उठते हो बैठते हो, वो आपकी फैमिली ज़्यादा बन जाते हैं. सो फॉर मी माई कारीगर्स आर नाउ माई फैमिली एंड माई इंस्टाग्राम फैमिली एंड माई इन्फ्लुएंसर्स फॉर दैट मैटर. Now, influencers की जो बात करते हैं, everybody has a lot of PR packages, okay? So we also send them a lot of PR packages. लेकिन जब उनके पास 100 bags होते हैं ना, और उन 100 bags में से जब वो हमारा बैग पिक करना पसंद करते हैं, and then when they carry it, for their shoot, for their travels, and हर story में जब we can just spot our bags कि यार यहाँ देखा वहाँ देखा, so that is another level of satisfaction. कि they are not bound by any sort of compulsion कि हमें Hughes Studio का bag carry करना है. They have a lot of luxury bags also.
True.
But apart from that, मतलब they actually choose to carry our bags. And they come back, अगर कोई नया design आया है तो we do not basically do barter collaborations. But for Hughes, we do make an exception and we do that as well. And even the Instagram family for that matter, कोई भी customer कहीं पर जाता भी है, suppose Starbucks में गए and you have spotted our bag, तो हमें फ़ौरन एक पिक्चर आ जाती है, यार आपका बैग देखा, आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो. सो दैट इज़ दैट सेंस ऑफ मोटिवेशन जो मुझे अपनी फैमिली, अपनी इंस्टाग्राम फैमिली से मिलती है.
That's
So
so
yeah,
nice.
it hasn't been a cakewalk, but I think now I'm pretty satisfied and motivated because of them.
Like your immediate family, quite often they get influenced by relatives.
Yeah.
And since you mentioned that सबके अपने एक opinion थे, बहुत ही strong.
Yeah.
And कभी-कभी your parents might just come and say शायद बेटा ठीक ही बोल रहे हैं ये वो. Did that ever happen or your parents were like very clear?
I think my parents were very clear कि जो पूर्वी को करना है वो वही करेगी, and it is just that simple. उसको अगर करना है, so I would rather let her do it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है कि मतलब it should actually work, but she has the right to basically choose and give it a try. So that is what my parents had. That is what their mentality was. So,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
No, to parents who show confidence in their girls, thank you so much for that. Okay, another important question. As an SME and a women entrepreneur, does e-commerce help you? Because we've interviewed, many women in this podcast, and I'm actually wondering if the advent of e-commerce and platforms like Amazon helps in facing challenges, that women entrepreneurs generally face.
So I think any product that we're actually looking for, and the moment we Google it, the first मतलब first जो results आते हैं उसमें Amazon होता ही होता है, right?
Correct.
And हम सबके phone में space हो या नहीं हो, एक app होता है which is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So कोई भी Hughes Studio का app अभी क्यों रखेगा, because we are not that big right now. So I understand that. But लोग Amazon का app रखते हैं, and if we are available on that, it gives us that visibility जो हमें और platforms basically नहीं दे पाते. So I would say कि Amazon definitely हमें वो level of मतलब वो platform basically provide करता है जो हमें वैसे नहीं मिलता, right? And वो level of trust basically customers में आ जाता है जो normal Instagram से शायद ना आए. People might just feel कि page fake तो नहीं है, कुछ मतलब genuinely products वापस आएंगे या नहीं आएंगे. But वो चीज़ को Amazon से नहीं होती है. People will definitely go there and buy.
Yeah.
So that is a plus point जो basically Amazon के through I'm definitely हम सबको basically मिलता है. I'm sure कि हम सबको मिलता है. Also I think Amazon has this vertical now, Amazon Karigar.
Yeah.
So when your dreams basically align with someone else's, then it is another level of satisfaction, I would say.
Definitely.
So it's like Amazon is supporting the same cause जिसके साथ मैंने Hughes start किया था. So for me, I think इससे ज़्यादा I couldn't have basically asked for. So Amazon is doing whatever it can, to basically make it work for us. And I'm actually sitting today here, at Hindustan Times का office. You are taking my interview today. So वो Amazon के बिना नहीं हो पाता. So I think for me, Amazon has done a lot.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's actually nice. That sounds like healthy support right now. So this International Women's Day, Amazon is running the 3rd edition of #SheIsAmazon campaign to highlight women within its ecosystem. So let me draw on your experience with, of course, Amazon. And do you think Amazon is fostering inclusivity for women? And what particular elements influence your assessment for it?
So basically, we got onboarded with Amazon only like a month ago.
Okay.
During this process, I got a chance to meet one of the senior managers over there, Siddharth, जिन्होंने Hughes की story बस 5 minutes के लिए सुनी, and he thought that okay, we have the potential to basically move ahead with it. And within a week, we were actually live. सारे के सारे products on board हो गए, and the team actually, like their team actually worked day and night to basically get us onboarded, because Women's Day podcast obviously आ रहा था, for which he wanted to pitch me, and he actually pushed me and the team कि नहीं जल्दी से करते हैं, हो जाएगा, and he actually made it happen.
Wow.
So yeah, this is actually a live example. Like I am sitting here, you are like, just as I said, you are interviewing me, and I never thought that I would actually get a chance to do this, क्योंकि अगर हम Instagram से आते या बाकी किसी उससे आते तो शायद इतनी जल्दी मुझे ये visibility basically नहीं मिलती जो Amazon ने basically provide की है. So I think yes, Amazon is really doing great by trying to give us that platform. and they are actually trying every bit to make this happen. हमें बस लगता है कि शायद हो जाएगा, but Amazon वो करके दिखाता है.
Wow.
So yeah, Amazon is doing really great for all of us. Also, Amazon has this Cara program, right, as I've already told you. So in that there are specialized set of people who actually try to make the process even faster for you, and they actually try to make it as seamless as possible. मतलब अगर आपको कोई चीज़ पता भी नहीं होती तो उससे पहले मतलब वो आपके लिए करके आपको बता के सब कुछ रेडी कर देते हैं.
More like a heads up.
Yeah, so like बिना कुछ जाने, बिना सारी की सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन, मतलब मुझे ज़्यादा एफर्ट डालना नहीं पड़ा, एंड आई वॉज ऑलरेडी लाइव, आई वॉज ऑलरेडी ऑन बोर्ड, एंड सब कुछ एक मंथ में इतनी जल्दी हो गया, which I thought would take around 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
But this is what the Amazon Cara basically program actually provides us with.
Coming back to our SME discussion, experts say that SMEs are actually the backbone of our country, of our economy.
Yeah.
Now, from your vantage point, I want to know, how do you see this, and what do you think, how are you contributing to it?
So I think हम सब ने शार्क टैंक तो देखा ही है, right?
Yeah.
एंड हम सब सोचते हैं यार हम भी कभी बिजनेस स्टार्ट करें और इतने बड़े हुए और टीवी पे आए, राइट? बट वहाँ पहुँचने के लिए कहीं से स्टार्ट करना पड़ता है. सो आई थिंक एवरीबडी समवेयर डाउन द लाइन हैव टू स्टार्ट समवेयर कि भाई ठीक है वो बड़ा बिजनेस होगा, बट अगर आप छोटे से स्टार्ट करोगे तभी तो होगा ना. शार्क्स भी कभी कभी छोटे थे, अगर वो ड्रीम नहीं करते, अगर वो सोचते नहीं और अगर वो बिजनेस स्टार्ट नहीं करते तो कुछ बनता नहीं. सो आई फील दैट स्मॉल बिजनेसेस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट today, and हर एक small business को बहुत सारे और services की need होती है. So if I talk about myself, I do need packaging, I do need printing, I do need shipping. So जब एक business start होता है तो उसके साथ हम demand and opportunity बस अपने business में create नहीं करते, हम और भी 10 businesses में basically create करते हैं. So it's all interlinked. आप एक बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हो, आप दूसरे को भी एक टाइप की डिमांड क्रिएट करते हो, एंड वो भी बेसिकली फ्लरिश करते हो और आप भी फ्लरिश करते हो. तो अगर 100 बिजनेस भी है उसमें से अगर 10 भी इस तरीके से फ्लरिश हो रहे हैं तो ऑब्वियसली इंडिया की इकोनॉमी बढ़ रही है, राइट? सो इन अ वे ऑल ऑफ अस आर एक्चुअली कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटिंग टुवर्ड्स दिस. एंड अगर आज देखो तो रिटायरमेंट के बाद भी लोग कुछ ना कुछ करते रहना चाहते हैं. आज की डेट में कोई भी घर पे बैठना नहीं चाहता है. सो आई थिंक दिस इज़ वॉट, मतलब आज की डेट में ना मतलब ये सेंस ऑफ विजिबिलिटी आ गई है, सेंस ऑफ वो आ गई कि कोई भी सेटिस्फाइड होकर घर में नहीं बैठता. सो इट इज़ लाइक दैट एवरीबडी वॉन्ट्स टू स्टार्ट स्मॉल, एंड वो बड़ी ड्रीम्स में कन्वर्ट हो या नहीं हो, बट हर कोई स्टार्ट जरूर करना चाहता है. सो आई थिंक इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी इनकरेज पीपल कि हाँ ठीक है आप जो सोच रहे हो आप वो कर स्टार्ट तो करो, होगा ज़रूर होगा, विद टाइम होगा.
Absolutely. But those are actually words to kind of lead with, and truly, Purvi, you're leading with an example, and Hughes Studio is one such example. Thank you so much for being on ECommerce Flight. It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Supriya. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for watching ECommerce Flight, our podcast in collaboration with Amazon. We'll keep bringing you more inspiring stories of women entrepreneurs here. Don't forget to actually follow us on our social media handles. @HT Smartcast is what we are called.